All right, fight fans, get ready because UFC 311 is going to be huge.
Oh, yeah.
2 title fights
Wait.
coming to LA on January 18th, 2025.
Stacked card for sure.
At the Intuit Dome. And we're diving deep today.
Let's do it.
Into all the details and the drama surrounding these explosive matchups.
Yeah, sure, Doug. Just drop this article with all the info.
It's going to be wild, so let's get right to it.
All right.
What I think is so exciting is that these fights could really reshape the lightweight and bantamweight divisions.
Absolutely.
Both champions are on incredible win streaks.
They are indeed.
But these challengers, they're not messing around either.
Nope, not at all. They're coming for those belts.
All right, first up, we've got the lightweight title about Islam Makhachev defending his belt against Arman Tsarukyan.
This is a rematch from 2019.
Oh, that's right.
Makhachev won that one by unanimous decision.
Wow. So Tsarukyan's looking for revenge then.
He is for sure.
It was actually Tsarukyan's first UFC fight.
Yeah, crazy, right?
Since then, Makhachev has been on a tear.
Seriously, he's just unstoppable.
14-fight win streak. With victories over Charles Oliveira, Dustin Poirier, and even Alexander Volkanovski twice.
Makhachev beat him twice.
His grappling is unreal.
It's that Sambo background, you know?
Oh, right, Sambo.
It's a Russian martial art.
I should have known that.
It focuses on takedowns and submissions.
That makes sense.
Makhachev just wears his opponents down.
Totally controls the fight.
Exactly.
So how can Tsarukyan avoid that same fate in the rematch?
Good question.
Can he keep the fight standing?
Possibly.
Use that dynamic striking of his?
That's the million-dollar question.
Right.
Tsarukyan has grown so much since that first fight.
He has.
Added some serious power to his striking.
I've noticed that.
And his recent split decision win.
Oh, yeah, over Oliveira.
At UFC 300.
That was a close one.
That was a nail-biter.
Proves he can hang with the best.
Absolutely.
So can he do the same to Makhachev?
That's what we're all wondering.
Can he stop those takedowns?
Tough to say.
Can he land that one big shot?
I hope so.
This rematch has upset written all over it.
It does, doesn't it?
All right, let's move on to the co-main event.
Okay.
Which is just as interesting.
Definitely.
We've got Merab Dvalishvili,
Bantamweight champ,
defending his title
against Umar Nurmagomedov.
And there's some real bad blood here.
Oh, yeah, bad blood for sure.
The article said Dvalishvili felt disrespected by Nurmagomedov.
She did?
He actually went straight to Dana White's office.
He marched right in there.
To demand this fight.
Demanded it.
And Nurmagomedov was asleep in Dagestan.
Sound asleep.
But when they woke him up...
to ask about the fight?
He didn't even hesitate.
He said, hell yes.
Yeah.
Anywhere. Anytime.
Wow. Talk about a rivalry.
It's going to be intense.
You're ready to throw down.
Before they even step in the octagon.
This is also a clash of styles.
Big time.
That could be epic.
Sure.
Dvalishvili is all about pressure and takedowns.
Relentless pressure.
Never stops coming forward.
Nope.
And Nurmagomedov is undefeated.
18-0.
Super technical fighter.
Precise.
Incredibly composed and strategic.
Always thinking one step ahead.
It's like a bulldozer versus a surgeon.
That's a great way to put it.
Dvalishvili wants to overwhelm Nurmagomedov.
With his pace and power.
While Nurmagomedov will be looking to pick him apart.
Calculated strikes and counterattacks.
So how does Dvalishvili's pressure match up against Nurmagomedov's takedown defense?
Another good question.
Is that the key to this fight?
It could be.
Nurmagomedov is very good at staying on his feet.
He is.
Which could frustrate Dvalishvili.
It might.
But Dvalishvili is on an 11-fight win streak.
Wow.
His last 10 victories, all at bantamweight.
Impressive.
He can break down even the toughest opponents.
He's proven that.
So this fight is a real toss-up.
It is.
2 completely different styles.
Colliding.
It'll be fascinating to see who can impose their will.
I can't wait.
Okay, let's take a quick break, and when we get back, we'll
Sounds good.
unpack the potential strategies each fighter might use. And we'll even try to make some predictions about who might walk away with the belts.
All right, I'm ready for that.
See you in a minute.
Be right back.
Okay, we're back and ready to dig even deeper into these matchups. Let's start with the lightweight title fight. What kind of strategies do you think Makhachev and Tsarukyan might use?
Well, I think Makhachev's game plan is going to be pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
He's going to try to do what he does best.
Take Tsarukyan down.
Exactly. Control him on the ground. Makhachev's top pressure is suffocating.
Yeah, it is.
And he's just a master at wearing his opponents down.
Tsarukyan has to know that's coming, though, right? He's got to have a plan to counter that.
Oh, absolutely. Tsarukyan's key to victory is staying on his feet.
Keep it standing.
Yeah, and utilize that striking. He's got to keep Makhachev at bay with kicks and punches.
What about if he does get taken down?
Then he needs to get back up as quickly as possible.
So if Tsarukyan wants to keep it standing, does that mean we might see him using more lateral movement?
Creepy?
Circling away from Makhachev's power hand?
You're right. Lateral movement and footwork could be crucial for Tsarukyan. He can't get trapped against the cage.
Right.
That's where Makhachev can easily clinch and get that takedown.
It's like a chess match then.
That is.
Makhachev trying to predict Tsarukyan's movements and cut off the cage.
Yep.
And Tsarukyan trying to create space and keep Makhachev guessing.
Exactly. It's a battle of wits and athleticism out there. It'll be interesting to see who can outmaneuver the other.
For sure. Okay, let's switch gears to the Bantamweight title fight. What about Dvalishvili and Nurmagomedov? What strategies might we see there?
Well, Dvalishvili's approach is pretty straightforward, too.
It is.
Even if it is exhausting for his opponents,
Yeah.
he's just going to come forward nonstop. Pressure Nurmagomedov from the opening bell.
Looking for those takedowns.
Yep, and opportunities to grind him down against the cage.
That relentless pressure is Dvalishvili's signature, but can it work against someone as skilled as Nurmagomedov?
That's the big question.
Yeah.
Nurmagomedov is a master of timing and counter-striking. He's so good at staying calm under pressure and finding those openings to land clean shots.
So you're saying Nurmagomedov might let Dvalishvili come to him,
He might.
hoping to tire him out,
Could be.
and then capitalize on any mistakes?
That's one possible strategy.
Okay.
Another approach could be using those kicks to keep Dvalishvili at a distance.
Oh, yeah. Keep him away.
A well-placed leg kick
Oof.
or a teep to the body
Yeah.
could slow down Dvalishvili's forward momentum.
Interesting. So Nurmagomedov fighting more defensively, almost like a matador controlling a bull.
That's a great analogy, using finesse and technique to neutralize that aggression.
I like it. Okay, before we make any predictions, let's talk about the wider implications of these fights. What does a win at UFC 311 mean for each of these guys?
Good question. For Makhachev, a win would really solidify his position as one of the most dominant lightweight champions in UFC history.
He's already cleared out most of the division, hasn't he?
He has. A win over Tsarukyan would just add another impressive name to that resume.
It would be a statement win, for sure, especially with the history between those two.
Exactly. But for Tsarukyan, this is his chance to rewrite history.
Oh, yeah, avenge that loss.
The win over Makhachev would be a monumental upset.
It would.
Instant superstardom.
Classic David versus Goliath story.
Love it.
Fight fans love an underdog.
For sure. Now, for Dvalishvili, this fight is about proving he's the undisputed king of Bantamweight.
He took the title from Petri Yan.
In a tough battle.
A win over Nurmagomedov would silence any doubters.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially with that backstory.
The bad blood.
The personal animosity.
Definitely. And for Nurmagomedov, this is his shot at UFC gold.
Huge opportunity.
To continue the legacy of his family name.
His cousin Khabib.
One of the greatest.
A win at UFC 311 would be a huge step in carving out his own path to greatness.
Almost poetic, isn't it?
It is.
These fighters all driven by different things.
But they're all chasing that same dream.
With victory. Okay, let's have some fun and make some predictions. What's your gut feeling? Are we going to see any title changes at UFC 311?
Ugh, these are tough ones. Makhachev is a force.
He is.
But Tsarukyan has that hunger and the striking to pull off the upset.
Maybe.
And the bantamweight bout Dvalishvili's pressure is relentless.
It is.
But Nurmagomedov's composure and fight IQ could be the difference maker.
So you're saying it's too close to call. You're not giving us anything to work with.
I'm playing it safe, I know. But honestly, that's the beauty of this sport.
I know.
It's unpredictable.
Yeah,
It's exciting. Anything can happen once those cage doors close.
That's true. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. UFC 311 is shaping up to be one for the books. We'll be back to break it all down once the dust settles.
Looking forward to it.
So make sure you tune in on January 18th and join us for the ride.
It's going to be wild.
You know, sometimes those decisions, those really close ones, those are the fights that get me on the edge of my seat.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Way more than a knockout, even.
Sometimes, yeah.
The back and forth, the drama.
You see both fighters leaving it all out there.
It's intense.
Just pushing each other to the limit.
You remember those fights?
You do.
Long after the event's over.
Absolutely.
And I think we might have that at UFC 311.
Yeah, I think so too.
2 5-round wars.
Potentially.
That go the distance.
It's possible.
And then it all comes down to those judges' scorecards.
Yep.
And then we get to be armchair analysts.
Exactly.
Try to score the fight ourselves.
Round by round.
Debating with our friends.
Did he win that round?
Who landed the bigger shot?
Who had more control on the ground?
It's all part of the fun.
It is.
Speaking of fun, Let's talk about those potential upsets.
Okay.
What would have to happen for Tsarukyan to beat Makhachev?
Well, he has to keep that fight standing and land a big shot.
Keep it on the feet.
Yeah. Stuff those takedowns, use his footwork to make space.
Create some distance.
And then land that punch.
Or the
one that hurts Makhachev.
someone knockout or TKO?
That's the most likely path to victory for him.
What about trying to out-grapple Makhachev?
Oh, no. Bad idea.
Tsarukyan needs to use his striking.
And catch Makhachev by surprise.
Gotcha. What about Nurmagomedov then? How can he beat that Dvalishvili pressure?
Patience.
Okay.
Precision. He can't let Dvalishvili's pace get to him.
Stay calm.
Exactly. Pick his shots carefully. Maybe even frustrate Dvalishvili.
Make him miss.
Yeah, make him waste energy.
So a more tactical approach?
I think so.
Maybe even try to outpoint him over 5 rounds?
That could be the way to go. Nurmagomedov isn't known for his finishing power.
Right.
So a decision victory is probably more likely.
But it's not going to be easy.
Not at all.
He has to be at his best to beat someone like Dvalishvili.
Agreed.
Man, I am so excited for this event.
Me too.
2 title fights.
Amazing stylistic matchups.
Potential for some huge upsets.
What more could you ask for?
For those listening who might not know these fighters as well, what should they be watching for?
Good question. I think for casual fans, it's all about appreciating the different styles.
Okay.
You see how Makhachev tries to control the fight on the ground? How Tsarukyan uses his striking to stay away?
Keep that distance.
How Dvalishvili just never stops coming forward?
Relentless.
And how Nurmagomedov counters with such calmness and precision.
Yeah, it's like a real-life action movie.
It is.
Each fighter with their own unique skills and tactics.
Exactly. And watch for the mental game, too.
Oh, yeah.
Facial expressions, the body language, how they react when things get tough.
You can tell a lot about a fighter just from that.
So much. You can see their character, their determination just from those little moments.
Wow, I'm going to be paying extra attention to that now.
I think you'll be surprised at how much it reveals about their mindset.
I can't wait. I'm ready for this event.
Me too. Grab some snacks and get ready for some fights.
UFC 311 is going to be one for the books.
We'll be back to break it all down after.
So make sure you tune in on January 8th, 10th and join us.
It's going to be epic.
Until then, keep training, keep learning, and keep that fighting spirit alive.
We'll see you back here soon for another deep dive
Into the world of combat sports.